Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your March reading. I hope that February's gone well for you. We're going to have a look at the cards today for the following month. If you would like to subscribe and comment and like, I would be very grateful. And if you would like a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. Okay, let's have a look, Scorpio. As I've been meditating on your cards, Scorpio, there we go, there has been quite a fiery aspect. I'm just going to pull these cards out and see how they lie. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, the Nine of Pentacles, Temperance, the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups. I'm going to draw you three more cards, Scorpio. Thank you, Spirit. And one more card, Scorpio. Seems that they're very precise. They want to get their message across today, these cards. Let's see what we have. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Just going to have a feel for the energies, Scorpio, and see where we are. Okay, so your first card is the High Priestess. The High Priestess speaks about a particular point on your journey. Clearly her third eye and her crown chakra is indicated here in this card. So it speaks about an inner wisdom, a higher wisdom that you can tap into. There is a deep knowing within you, Scorpio, and you kind of know that you're on this particular path. And you're at a junction now, I feel, a crossroads. And at this point, you feel, or you may feel that, you know, you kind of need some sort of consultation. But the information or the wisdom lies within you, is what I'm trying to say. The moon here indicates like a new direction, a new understanding, a new insight. So there's something shifting here with you, Scorpio, and there's something within you that's informing you instinctively of which way to go or how to go. Next to that we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about a sharing. It can be a sharing of resources, finances, or a sharing of yourself. You're ready to give of yourself, your experience, your love, your knowledge. It may well be that you're in a position to teach. It may well be that you're healing people. But it also can mean that you're becoming more comfortable with self and who you are and where you are. And then we have the Temperance card, which kind of brings into confirmation the balance here. The Temperance is all about balance, personal alchemy, blending two aspects of yourself, of the physical and the emotional, the physical and the spiritual. So you've reached a point now where you're able to blend your two worlds, your two energies, or perhaps this is what you're kind of working on. This is your goal. The Ace of Cups shows me that, I mean, it generally speaks of a peak emotional experience, and the Ace is kind of full of promise. It has love at its heart, compassion. So I feel as though you're on the brink, as I say, of this crossroads. You have a brand new start here in terms of emotional abundance. The King of Cups, wow, well, we're looking at the Ace of Cups here, and then we've got the King of Cups. So you may well be encountering or around a water sign. The King of Cups is quite romantic. He's able to express himself emotionally. There may be, sorry, I keep saying the King and it's the Knight, my apologies. The Knight of Cups is quite, I wouldn't say naive, but he might not be as grounded as the other knights. There's definite romance going on here, and you can see, I don't know if you can see the picnic blanket and picnic in the background there, or in the foreground actually. But it shows that he wants to show his love. He wants to give to you. He has an offer for you. Let's see. We have the Hierophant next to him, which is quite promising actually, Scorpio, because the Hierophant is quite grounding and manifesting. It's all about the structures in our lives. It can be about government, education, health, law, all of the structures in society that are rigid, and things that we build upon tradition and culture, etc. So perhaps there's a structure that is maybe binding you, or perhaps you'd like to solidify something. I get the sense here, Scorpio, with this sort of water energy that I'm feeling, that there needs to be a little bit of flow, or maybe you're feeling a little bit nebulous and you want to solidify. And what I mean by nebulous is you're not quite grounded. It can be either or, depending on your situation here. When I see the Six of Swords coming in next, I know that there's a situation in the past that that has maybe been toxic or very difficult and distressing, and the Six of Swords shows that you're leaving this arena, this place, and going to calmer shores. So perhaps this feeling of not being quite grounded comes from this situation, comes from that experience in the past, and maybe that's why you're having to kind of get your balance back with the Temperance card there. The Two of Wands here shows me that there are so many possibilities in front of you, Scorpio. You have the world here, indicating that the world is your oyster, and you're looking out onto the horizon and seeing the possibilities. I really like the energy in these cards, Scorpio. It shows me that there's been development and growth and inner understanding. I'm going to get some clarity for you now with some more cards. So we'll do the High Priestess, please, Spirit. Thank you. So we have the Four of Pentacles, and again the Temperance. And I'm going to keep shuffling for the top row. Oh, thank you. Okay, so 3 cards came out. We have the High Priestess, and we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Wands. Wow. Oh, let's try and put those in the right places. Apologise. Getting ahead of myself. Alright, so thank you, Spirit. The Six of Swords and the Two of Wands, please, Spirit. Thank you. The Six of Pentacles, interesting. Thank you very much. And the Ace of Swords, perfect, actually. So over the High Priestess, to clarify her energy, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles traditionally indicates the miser, somebody who is holding too tightly onto what is the status quo. And behind this character in the background, you see there's a whole city, a whole expanse of potential and opportunities. But the guy here is quite happily sitting, gripping onto his pentacles. He's kind of afraid to lose what he has already. And his heart and his crown chakra, well, they're blocked to indicate that he will not be able to progress if he stays where he is. Now, over the High Priestess, traditionally in the High Priestess, the journey of the Fool takes him to the High Priestess to gain an understanding of himself. And so maybe there's something that's being held on to here, Scorpio, that can be released now. The fear can be shared. I think sometimes when we take risks, we're obviously afraid. But I think that you can let go now because you are being guided. We have the Temperance card over the Nine of Pentacles. So it definitely talks about you finding this balance within yourself, the balance to be able to give to yourself and give to others with the wealth and the skills and the knowledge that is innate, that is within. The Temperance card has the High Priestess. Well, you know, we've got this intuition here on how to balance your energy, how to bring this personal alchemy together. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles over the Ace of Cups. I really love seeing that energy, because it means that you will be, how can I say, you will be satisfied both emotionally and physically in terms of resources and foundation. The Ten of Pentacles is about a mutual contribution and sharing of the wealth and the foundation. So there's kind of a family energy here, an energy of a collective that will probably bring you the balance and the happiness that you desire. Coming over the King, sorry, I keep saying King, interesting. The Knight of Cups, who, as I say, is sometimes a little bit naive and romantic. I actually have a really excellent card, which is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands speaks about, in a lot of people's book, it speaks about marriage and connection, contracts, solidifying things. So perhaps this very romantic gesture or this very loving energy is going to be solidified here. Over the Hierophant, which as I mentioned speaks about structures and solidity and tradition and culture, we have the Six of Cups. This is a really wonderful reading, Scorpio, because the Six of Cups talks about reparation, talks about balance. It can talk about things coming in from the past, old friends, old connections, or certainly things being repaired from the past. This is a beautiful energy, and maybe having gone through a certain amount of pain and anguish, you're going to get some justice, and your wounds will be healed here. Over the Six of Swords, we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, the sixes in the tarots always indicate a healing, a justice, a reparation. It's kind of the balm after the battle. You know, you get to relax. Excuse me. So the swords, having left the stressful situation, it brings you into the pentacles, which is a sharing, a justice. If you can see the scales here, it brings recognition, kudos. Somebody will perhaps understand that there needs to be balance here. And then the Ace of Swords, which is fantastic, over the Two of Wands. So you've got this really strong growth energy here. And then you've got the Ace of Swords, which is mental clarity. So I'm getting the feeling that you're really getting insight, especially with the two high priestesses in the spread here, that you're going to see very clearly how you're going to move forward. And it might well be with the help of somebody of water sign. I'm going to draw you two advice cards now, Scorpio. Thank you, Spirit. Please. Advice. Thank you. We have the Outsider. And we have Abundance. Lovely. So the Outsider card here speaks about how sometimes we feel separate from the joys that everybody else seems to experience. And that may well be the case. It may well be a stage we are in, a stage of learning. But if you look in this card, this child is kind of behind the gate, looking on into this wonderful kind of rainbow energy. And there is a chain on the gate, but the chain is not locked. It's easily removable. And so sometimes the feeling of being an outsider or not being able to access the goodies, if you like, is within us. It's in our own mind. It's our own restriction. And so be aware that you could sometimes be holding yourself back from all of your blessings. And then the Abundance card is quite literally those blessings. You will have the balance to kind of give you the satisfaction in life that you desire. I think it's just a matter of fine-tuning. I'm going to draw you an outcome card now for March. Thank you, Spirit, please. Wow, okay. And herein lies the answer, I feel. So the Three of Swords talks about past pains and hurts, old wounds. And we've already seen you with the Six of Swords coming away from that which is negative and toxic. And so I think the last thing to do here is to remove the ties that bind, is to let certain things go. Now sometimes we just don't get closure, and we have to be able to give that to ourselves in order to move forward with a clean slate. So maybe you're dealing with, you know, kind of tying off loose ends and getting justice and balance and reparation. And the Three of Swords is helping you do that. So March looks like a really promising month, Scorpio, and I wish you all the very best of blessings. See you next time.